What's up, y'all? I've been debating on making some videos for our Sunday school class, and since we didn't have a lesson this week, what better way than to just practice it with this one? This week's lesson came from 2 Chronicles chapter 16. We've been studying about King Asa, many of his successes, some of his failures. He did a lot of great things. He got rid of some pagan worship, focused on positive things, seeking God, some cool stuff. He kicked his own grandmother out of the house for acting up, something that a lot of us would not live to tell about if we did it. But he also made some mistakes. He conquered great battles. His army of 580,000 conquered an army of 1,000,000. But then he still forgot where he was going and got off track. When we read this story and we see that Asa forgot where he was and where he came from, it sounds crazy until you realize a lot of us do it. You see people who get famous who forgot about their friends or their neighborhood or their family, or people who go through any number of things who, you forget the people who were there for you before you were rich, before you were famous, before you were popular. Remember the people who've been there for you. It's easier than it sounds to get off track. But in chapter 2 Chronicles chapter 16, it says, in the 36th year of Asa, Israel's king Baasha went to war against Judah. He built Ramah in order to keep anyone from leaving or coming to the king Asa of Judah. So Asa brought out the silver and gold from the treasuries of the Lord's temple in the royal palace and sent it to Aram's king Ben-Hadad, who lived in Damascus, saying, "There's a treaty between you and me, between my father and your father. Look, I have sent you silver and gold. Go break your treaty with Israel's king Baasha, so that he will withdraw from me." Ben-Hadad listened to King Asa and sent the commanders of his armies the cities of Israel. They attacked Ijon, Dan, Abel, Maim, and all the stored cities of Naphtali. When Baasha heard about it, he quit building Ramah and stopped his work. King Asa had been peaceful now for about 20 plus years, but his peace came to an end. For years, the United Nation of Israel had been divided into a northern kingdom and a southern kingdom. The Lord had blessed Israel and the Lord had blessed Asa in the southern kingdom, so there were more people migrating and heading that way. The northern kingdom wanted to stop, so he built a fortress, a town where he could sort of stop the migrating. He built a fortress in Ramah to keep them from coming that way. Asa didn't want it to cut off. So whenever he faced a problem, he did what a lot of us do. He sought a solution. Instead of Asa facing and trusting God and facing the problem the way he should have, he sought a political solution. He figured, if I can stop them this way, I'll get these guys to attack from the north, we can attack from the south, and we can stop it. But him stopping that came at an extremely high cost. It seems like it worked. From a human perspective, it worked. He stopped the attack, the people would quit, everything's fine. But what it cost Asa? The temple treasuries were dedicated to God. He gave away God's money and God's treasury, not his own, not his people. That was God's stuff that he was giving and committing. And he failed to trust in God, the same God who had won in victories before, the same God who had delivered him many, many things. And then Asa, worst of all, what happens with any leader, Asa's lack of trust set a bad example for those who lived under his rule. The king had discredited trust in God because he didn't do it himself. So if you're in a position of leadership, people are going to trust and follow what you do. They're going to follow your example, not your words, not your emails, not the memos that you send out. They're going to follow your actions. If you come in early, they're coming early. If you leave early, they're gone. If the work ethic and the intention that you put in, that's what they're going to follow. And that's what these people did. Asa depended on other people and his own schemes, his own thinking, when he should have trusted God. Asa was about to learn the hard way. We're going to see coming up that a seer or a prophet's going to come in and tell him what all it really cost him. But just remember, we all think that we can figure these things out, but sometimes man-made solutions are not the answer to our problem. Ultimately, it comes down to trusting God. He can deliver us so much more than what we actually think is on the other side.